and welcome to MCPHS University webinars. My name is Allie Lombardi, Senior Assistant Director of Admission, and today I'm joined by Eric Thompson, Executive Director of Enrollment Services. We're going to start off by starting with Eric and learning a little bit about more of him and his department.
Hello, everyone. As Allie said, my name is Eric Thompson, and my title is Executive Director of Enrollment Services. And basically what that means at our school is that I do a lot of work with our admission office, and I also work with our student financial services office. So these are the folks that deal with all of our new students coming into the school, and then are also there with them as counselors year after year in their program, helping them make their financial plans for the cost of their education. So very happy to be here with everyone today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric. So we're going to get started with some questions. So how did you get into admission and financial aid, and how long have you been at MCPHS?
Well, that question forces me to think back a long time and also think about how old I am. But I started my career in higher education in 1997. And I think like many people in our business, kind of stumbled into it in a way, was lucky enough to take advantage of a great opportunity early on in my career with an exciting admissions and recruitment job, and fell in love with it and really found my professional passion at a somewhat young age, and kind of continued on and had different jobs at different schools and progressed and have worked across the breadth of the administrative side of higher education. And it's been a really great career. I started here at MCPHS about 6 years ago, so I'm entering my 7th year, and it's been a great period of time to work at the school.
Thanks so much, Eric. So moving on, what financial aid options are available to students at MCPHS? And how can a prospective student and their family find resources and information for navigating the process?
Well, the good news is that there are a lot of resources. And so it really all begins when a student submits their application and completes their application. We have an incredible group of admission staff, professionals that review all of our applications, and that's when we decide what type of merit scholarship would be awarded to the student. All of our students that are admitted to the university are awarded some type of renewable merit scholarship. And at our school, those renew for the length of their program, whether it's a 4-year BS program or an extended pathway program, 6-year pharmacy program. They renew all the way through to graduation. So that's a great resource. The next piece of it would be filling out the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA that so many people talk about, where the Department of Education is going to look at eligibility for all the different federal and state grant and loan programs. And then we'll make those awards out to students as well. What we're also doing when a FAFSA comes in is looking at a student's eligibility for the MCPHS grant program. So we fund as an institution merit scholarship programs as well as need-based programs as well. So there's an opportunity on both sides of the equation there for all students. And then we are going to work really hard with all of our families to help them understand their options for any type of additional loan programs that they may want to participate in, and help them understand what they are and what the differences are in them. We're also going to work with them to understand our really fantastic monthly payment options that we have at the school, for them to be able to contribute at some point that way as well. The staff is going to work individually with students. We would encourage you to schedule an appointment with one of our admissions or student financial services counselors, or both, to go into a lot more detail about all of these programs and to get the guidance of where you can find a lot more information.
Awesome. That's so great, Eric, that you have that personalized touch with our incoming and current students. Really nice. We also really love that merit renewable. That's so great for any student at the university. So without giving specifics, can you tell us some stories about some incoming students that you've worked with and why you're excited for them to join that MCPHS community?
Well, there's many things that I have enjoyed about my work at MCPHS over the last 6 years, and I think one of the things that sticks out in my mind is the work that I've been able to do with students, one-to-one with the students and their families, and have some really inspiring and interesting conversations about how they came to a place where they feel like a career in healthcare is really what they want to pursue after high school. The stories that I hear from students, could not be any more broad. There's so many different ways that students became interested in jobs in healthcare or where their interest came from, but it's a really fascinating and inspiring part of my job. I can recall recently working with a young woman who had watched her older brother go through a very serious sports injury, and the recuperation from that sports injury, and really helped kind of navigate the system of physicians and therapists with him, and really became inspired herself to pursue a career in healthcare. I can think of another example of a student who shared with me a story about dealing with a heart issue as a younger child. And he did all of his appointments, his doctor's appointments, right down the street from MCPHS at the Boston Children's Hospital, and shared that as he walked to those appointments every time, he would pass our school, and that became his dream school to attend MCPHS and work in healthcare. So it's one of the added parts of our jobs at the school, is to be able to hear these inspiring stories of students that are choosing to do something that is really super important with their lives.
That's so inspiring too, to definitely work with those students and get to know them on that personal level and then see them succeed. So thank you so much for sharing. So this is definitely a type of conversation that you would have with students one-on-one. Can you talk to us a little bit about signing up for that financial aid appointment that you mentioned?
Well, our staff, we make them available to all of our students and families to have individual, what we call affordability appointment at the school. And what the goal of this appointment is to really look at the individual aspects within the family of what are the things that we need to consider in assisting and putting together a financial plan. We have a goal of a very high level of customer service in our office, and working very closely with each individual family, helping them come to a financial plan for the education that they are comfortable with, that they're happy with, using our expertise in the aid and financing world to help them come to kind of smart decisions about how to do this and how to put the whole plan together and maximize everything that they are eligible for, and not just plan for entry into the school, but already looking at the entire program, because we are very serious about retention at our school. We're very serious about completion of the degree programs, and we want people to kind of be here for the long haul and graduate with a degree, pass those boards if that's something that's part of their world, and start working.
Wonderful. It's so great that we offer that as part of the university. And we have a link in our comments that you can definitely sign up, as well as a QR code that we'll be putting on our screen through this interview. So you'll be able to sign up for one of those appointments that Eric is chatting with us about. So more than 90% of MCPHS students receive some sort of financial aid or university merit award through the financial aid program and our merit scholarship program. What advice would you give to a student looking to maximize their aid options during that enrollment process?
Allie, that's a very good question. And I think it's probably something that's top of mind, kind of awareness level for all of our families. And I'm going to go back to a previous suggestion where I think that the best advice that I can give to students and families, and I do it all the time, is to really take advantage of the ability to engage one-to-one with our staff. We don't want our families trying to navigate the world of aid and navigate all the options that they have kind of alone. There can be misinformation in the world. Google searches aren't good for this kind of information. So, we have some great people on our staff that have a lot of experience in financial planning for education. And so we really want people to rely on us, and let us do some of that heavy lifting for them. Let us get to know their individual circumstances better, some of the specific nuances of their family situation, and make sure that they're aware of all the opportunities that they have, make sure they've maximized all the opportunities that they have, and really help them come to, a smart plan. Many of our students are participating in different types of loan programs for the school. We're helping them through kind of counseling through that process to do that smartly and wisely, and utilize things like, a possible reasonable monthly payment plan to reduce borrowing. So those are the kinds of things that we're working with families to kind of get them to a place where they're comfortable with their financial plan. So again, I would say schedule one of those appointments with our staff. We can do those a lot of different ways. We can do them over the phone. We can do them in a virtual way, like we're, talking today. So really take advantage of that opportunity. I would suggest.
Absolutely. Those financial aid affordability appointments are so crucial as part of the process. And we've been doing them, I feel, all spring, and we'll continue doing them throughout the summer to make sure everyone's making that right financial decision that Eric speaks about. So, Eric, I have one closing question for you. And what's one question that every student should ask their financial aid counselor, maybe during the meetings or maybe during their years at MCPHS?
Also a very good question. And I think that my suggestion would be is schedule that appointment, go through one of those detailed appointments with our staff. You're going to have questions for them. They're going to have questions for you too. We're going to uncover a lot of information in those appointments. We're going to get to know each other a lot better and get to know what the needs are a lot better. And there's many reasons why it's so important. But at the end of that conversation, I would suggest to students, ask our staff, what is it I have not asked? These plans can be so different, student to student. And, we have a wonderfully diverse student body at our school. Some of our families have put these plans together for siblings. Some of them are applying for aid for the very first time. Some of the students are first generation students and kind of navigating this, for the first time. And we understand that it's a complex world, or it can be, and you may not necessarily know every question that is important that you should be asking. So call that out at the end of your time. Ask them, what have I not asked that I should be? What do you feel like's not on my radar that should be? Our staff are very forthcoming with that, and they'll help you avoid some of the pitfalls and some of the challenging situations that they've seen students get in. So I think that that's a good way to wrap up that appointment with the students.
Absolutely. We love working one-on-one with families at MCPHS, and we look forward to working with you. So this is going to close our session with Eric Thompson. And thank you, Eric, for spending some time with us on our MCPHS digital webinars. We get so many questions, and I'm so excited to answer some of those financial aid questions through this video and maybe through a financial aid appointment. So definitely sign up for that appointment. We look forward to seeing you on Move In. It's going to be a great day on campus, and best of luck to you in your college journey.